everyone. As I am filming this, it is about 11:45 on Christmas morning, so Merry Christmas to you all. The dogs and I have been out for about an hour. So this is what I'm doing so far. I am just preparing the beef joint. So I've made a dry rub with some paprika, some salt and pepper, an oxo, a little bit of garlic granules I think I put on, and then I've put some onions, some garlic fry light, and that is over the beef. That's going to get wrapped and put in the air fryer. I've also made, I also use the garlic fry light, I think I said that. I've also made some a wet marinade. So this has got some honey, some garlic paste, and some sugar-free maple syrup. So yeah, it's got that in it because obviously we're not doing honey, so that's going to go on in a little while, but this is going to go in the air fry, so that's what I'm going to do now. Like a nice little Christmas present in there. Just lay that in there, and we're putting that on for 180 for 30 minutes. Oh no, we'll do 185 for 185 for 30 minutes, but I do need to turn it halfway through. Okay, so while that's on, I'm going to make myself a coffee. So this is the Witch's Brew tin that I got from Witch Basket. This is used every single day, and this is my packed coffee for this, well, I would say this month, but I get it every 3 weeks because there goes the lid. I am a coffee addict, as you all know, so there we go. So all I do is, to do it properly, all I do is take my scoop, and I like a stronger coffee, so I like a full scoop, pop it into the coffee maker, add my water, that coffee is absolutely amazing. And then this coffee maker does come with its own travel mug that you can use, which does keep things warm, but I'll use that for my second cup. For the first cup, there's no way that it's going to be around long enough, so I'm just putting my Witch's Brew mug under there, and then that will start brewing the coffee. Yum! Oh, do you think that's going to be enough for both of us for Christmas dinner? My back's hurting already and I've only just begun. That's not good. Okay, so just a quick check-in. The beef has had 30 minutes. And I've just unwrapped it a little bit. I'm keeping the beef juices in the foil, and I'm now going to add on the bits of glaze that I've done. So this is the, as you can see, garlic paste, some mustard, and some maple syrup, no sugar maple syrup. So yeah. Okay, so I'm now just going to spoon on my glaze. You can hear the dogs playing in the background. So, I am pretty knackered already, which is why I'm sat on the stool, because my back's already hurting and I haven't really done that much this morning. So then turn this over and then glaze this side, and this is where I'm going to pour the remainder of the glaze. So it has had a little bit of time, as I say, half hour, turned halfway round, on 185 on the air fryer. So I'm just pouring this all over, making sure to get some down the sides, but I want plenty on top because this is then going to go back in the air fryer. And then I'm just wrapping it back up, keeping those juices in because I'm going to use some of those juices to help make some gravy. There we go. Right. Move the stool and then put this back in the air fry. So that's the onions in there from the beef. I'm just going to keep them to one side, and then when I've got the water from the steamed vegetables, I'll use that water and a little bit of the beef juices to make up the gravy with the Mayflower gravy, and then zap everything in the microwave after I've blended it all. So that should be a really rich oniony, rich gravy for Christmas. Okay, so I've got my parsnips done. They're peeled and sliced, and I put a little bit of the maple syrup and a little bit of fry light on those. My sprouts and carrots are there, ready to roll. I've still got to do a swede and some red cabbage. I've got butternut squash, which I have chopped, so we've got a whole butternut squash. I know there's only 2 of us and this looks like a lot, but we also do have 3 dogs that will also be eating a lot of vegetables today. So they're going to have some, and I'm cooking for tomorrow as well. So the plan is there'll be leftovers for tomorrow and possibly even for Monday. We don't know. So these are the potatoes I'm using. Yes, they're Baker's, but that isn't really going to matter too much. Oopsie. I know that some people are very, very precious about what potatoes they use, but we eat potatoes so seldomly that we'll just have whatever's in the shop at the time when we're shopping. So yeah. Tell you what though, it is now midday, so it's time for another coffee. Are you doggies okay? Yeah, all good? All good? Good girls, good boy. Right then. Peas. Better be the best blooming Christmas dinner we've had in a long time, because I've never been this poorly before doing it. Oh, I can't do that. How the hell does he do that? I don't know how Daddy peels a sleeve like that. Mummy can't do it like that. With the adapted peeler, or the sort of easy peeler, it's still quite difficult for my hands, because especially now I've done a few things today, my hands are just not gripping. I've already had, I don't know if you can see, there's a little blister come up on that hand there, and there's another one coming up here. Eddie, what are you doing? Play nicely. Once I've done the potatoes, we can go out and play. Oh, I said that after the swede, didn't I? Never mind. Right. It just gets harder. Each year, this gets harder and harder. But I am an absolute sucker, because this is one of the few things that I take a lot of pleasure in doing each Christmas, is the cooking. Because in our family, which was quite a traditional family, the women would cook on Christmas Day. And I know that sounds like a really sort of sexist kind of way of doing things, but that's just the way that our family was. So the women would always be in the kitchen cooking and drinking and gossiping and all of that. And the men in the family would be off doing, you know, manly things like going to the pub and things like that. So that's just how our family always did it. But then afterwards, it will be the men's responsibility, oh gosh, to do all the washing up. So that's kind of a tradition that I guess so that is kind of a tradition that I guess I just fall back into these days. But only really at Christmas. This really is one of those meals where, you know, I like doing all the prep and everything, because it's kind of connecting with my connecting with my family tradition and my roots, and childhood memories of, you know, my aunts and my aunts, my mum, my nan, and even going way back when, having like my great aunt and that other side of the family, my cousin, my second cousins and third cousins twice removed, and all of that. Having watching those when they were kids, watching them come over, and all of that, all of the above. So yeah, it's a very, brings back all of those memories. And I know these days it is just me and Rufus, which is a bit sad really. But you know, at the end of the day, family is what you make it. We can't be with Rufus's family this year, so you know, because of distance and COVID and everything else that's happening in the world. So it is just one of those things. So, but this is one of those things that really does make me feel connected to my ancestors. So it's a really stupid thing, isn't it? A really, really stupid thing, but it just always makes me feel connected, especially because we lost my grandma on Christmas Eve. So I mean, that was 16 years ago now, but it was still a major point, a major time in life, you know what I mean? So yeah, and probably there's a load of you watching this going, oh my god, look how she's peeling those potatoes, oh, she's doing it all wrong. Well, to be honest, I don't want to hear it. I peel it the only way that I can with my fibro and my health issues. So if it isn't the way you do it, that's great, you do you, boo. This is what I need to do. So yeah. Do I need any more potatoes? I think that's certainly enough for two of us. But I do want potatoes for tomorrow for Bubble and Squeak. So this is more potatoes than we've eaten. Oops, that went on the floor. There's probably more potatoes than we've eaten in a long time. We tend to do a lot of what's called Slimming World SP days now, where the majority of the vegetables we eat are speed vegetables, so very little starchy, carby details on the veg, on the vegetables rather. So yeah, because we tend to stay away from potatoes, we'll occasionally have sweet potatoes or something, but very rarely do we have, you know, potatoes, because it works better for our weight loss if we tend to not have them as much. So I'm not anticipating coming in with a great big loss over Christmas, but hopefully I will still, if I can come in with £1 or £2 off at Christmas time, I will be extremely happy about that. So then, that's the potatoes peeled and chopped. That's everything prepped apart from some cabbage. Okay, here's the beef. The beef has done, or at least it's done for now. I then need to pop it back in uncovered. But what I'm going to do is just lift the beef off of the tin foil. Oh, look at that, that looks lovely. And just let it drain off a little bit there. In fact, I think that's fine. I'm just going to rest that on top of the parsnips for now. And then the beef juices in the glaze, because there's no sugar on that at all. There will be a little bit of fat from the beef, but not a great deal because it was quite a lean cut of beef. So there we go. I'm just going to pop that back in there, ready for when I do the gravy. And then I'm going to put this back in the air fryer, still with the net on, and I will let this cook at 200 for about 20-25 minutes. Let's take the Brussels sprouts, put them in a jug, oops, because I need to steam the potatoes before they go in the air fryer in a minute. So let's get the potatoes in here. So then let's just do my coffee. That's been in the coffee maker, obviously. Pop in a little bit of oat milk, Put on my Healthy Extra A, I think it is. Yeah, Healthy Extra A. For the health and wealth and everything's going to be lovely. Let's grab a sip and then I'm going to add some syrup. Oh, that is good coffee. I'm adding in for Christmas, because it's Christmas. I know, right? You're thinking, am I going to add some Baileys, a bit of Malibu, a bit of whatever? No, some gingerbread syrup. I know, right? Really, really pushing the boat out with a little bit of gingerbread syrup. Ooh, exciting. But this is 0 calories, 0 everything, gluten-free, fat-free, dairy-free, additive-free. Cheers, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh, that is delicious. Okay, so the beef is now, the beef is perfect. Okay, so I'm just popping some frying light on the butternut squash. I'm just going to scatter that into the air fryer, just into the base. So I'm also just checking in on the potatoes. They are in the steamer. Let's just see what they're like. Oh, actually, they are done. They are perfect. Right, okie dokie. So the potatoes are steamed. Just take those off of the steamer. So I've just taken the potatoes out of the steamer and I've just put the sprouts in, so cover that back up. I will check back in about 5 or 10 minutes and take the carrot out and then leave the swede in the bottom, and I'll put some cabbage in the middle one, and obviously the sprouts will be cooking in the top. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours, or rather it's been, what, about an hour and a half actually, and we had a little bit of a disaster. So I took my eyes just slightly off of the pot. Let me show you the results. Yeah, that had the swede in the bottom, so I salvaged what I could. Luckily I'd split the swede, so a bit of it was with the carrots and the rest of it's there. It doesn't actually taste that bad, it's just got a slight kind of a slightly well done flavour, but it's okay. So currently we have the roast potatoes in the air fryer. They've got 14 minutes left to go at the moment. The swede there is the one that was in the bottom, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The other stuff is fine, the ones that were in there were the carrots, the butternut squash is cooked, the sprouts are cooked, so I've plated those up already. So let's see, I wonder how best to... Oh, that's nice actually. So I've let it sit for a while and properly let it rest. Right, there you go. Look, that looks really yummy actually. That looks really yummy. That bottom of that beef is quite nice actually. Right, let's move some of these onto a little plate actually. I like the end bit best. My favourite piece. Oh, oh, oh! That is delicious. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, oh, that is really nice. Oh, that is really, really nice. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that looks. Absolutely lovely. And I'll put that end bit on, because I know Rufus likes the end bit as well, so he can have that bit. I'll have the little bit, he can have the bigger bit. There we go. Okay, time to check on the roasties. They've had about, oh, look at that. Oh, they look absolutely gorgeous. They've got another 8 minutes to cook. And so, but yeah, oh, they look amazing. Right, let's go back in. I'll leave them on for 8 more minutes. Let's try and mash the swede that wasn't burnt. So the swede and carrots that I have steamed, so that in. There you go, 10. So that's half a sin, a quarter of a sin each in terms of oil. Oh, I cannot use these meals very easily at all. They really do hurt my hand. I don't actually have the strength in my hands now to use the salt meal, so I'll just put a little bit of good old-fashioned table salt in, and then let's see if I can get this to mash. Oh, not easily. Oh yeah, it's getting there a little bit. Oh, a bit of a workout this, isn't it? Oh God, I'm absolutely exhausted. Oh, damn. This dinner better be worth it in the end. Hours and hours and hours of cooking. Oh. Yeah, because we're not going to eat till later, I'll plate up, and then later on it just needs to be zapped. So that'll be fine. We're not precious here. Good job really, seeing as I've still got a chicken crown to cook as well. I know, right? All the food's being cooked today. There we go. There's some mash there for tomorrow. Right then, you might have just heard the air fryer pinged, which means the potatoes are done. So that's the potatoes. Let's just check. Oh yeah, look. Absolutely crunchy and soft in the middle. That is perfection. Even if I say so myself, that is absolutely perfection. Right, so we want the... And the thing is, because they were steamed first, the inside of the potatoes should be really lovely and soft. Whereas the outside of the potatoes, as you can hear, is really crunchy. So there you go. So this is the herb crusted chicken crown, and all we've done is defrost it, and I'm just bunging it straight into the air fryer. Now it does say cook it on 180 for 50 minutes, so I'm going to do that, and halfway through I'm going to bung the parsnips in. Okay, so time to make some stuffing. These are the Linda McCartney red onion and rosemary sausages, or rosemary and red onion. Oh, there we go. And basically all we're going to do is to basically pull them apart. So I'm going to make probably 3 stuffing balls from each of the sausages. So there's one, so that's half the cooking time for the chicken. You can see that herb topping is coming along nicely, so I'm going to pop the stuffing balls in there, just in and around the chicken itself, and then that's got to go back in again, and then I'm going to put all of the parsnips, apart from the one that just fell in the water, they can all go in there, and in fact go on and put a couple of parsnips on top, because then that's oh God, do you know what? I'm going to put the stuffing balls in as well, so that can all go in. There we go. There we go. They'll be all right. Yeah, just about. So my third coffee of the day with a little bit of the Barista Vanilla Creamer. So it's a non-dairy creamer. I've got a little bit of oat milk in there already. It's 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 everything, 0 carbs, 0 everything. It's just basically chemicals with some flavouring. But semi-world status in it. I'm not sinning it because it's 0 calories. So yeah, whatever. You do you. I'm doing this. It's Christmas. I'm not sinning a bit of 0 calorie syrup. Go on in, go and play. Go on in, go around outside. Go on, Eddie, go run. There we are then. Got to open this. There we go. Lovely. Nothing like a bit of good, wholesome Christmas viewing. Watch that one again.
Welcome to the guild.
So I'm not really a royalist or a Republican, but this was a family tradition when all of my relatives were alive. So this is what we do. Stop for the Queen's speech. Okay, so the parsnips are done, and the stuffing balls, I forgot to film it as I was taking them out the air fryer, but they are done. The parsnips are absolutely lovely. The stuffing balls are absolutely lovely. So that's the extra ones for tomorrow for Boxing Day. So take the skin off, the doggos can have the skin. There we go. So I have checked this with a thermometer and it was absolutely, look how perfect that is. Look at that, gorgeous. Wow. Right, in fact that can just go on the plate as is. And then all that's left for us is the Yorkshires. The air fryer's on because we've got the dogs. Oh, I'm just gonna have a. I've just got to taste test the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice actually.
Ruby, she's there. She's got
So this is what the dogs have got. They've got some pork steaks that have been chopped, some sausages, some low-fat sausages, and a little bit of chicken in there, along with the carrot and swede mash and a little bit of the gravy. So we'll give them theirs. What do you think, Ruby? Does it get the Ruby thumbs up if you had thumbs to give?
She's nearly eaten it all.
So it is 8 hours after I started cooking this morning, and we are just going to sit down and eat dinner. So just putting some gravy on. It looks really lumpy because it's made with the onion and a little bit of the swede that's blitzed and a little bit of the Mayflower gravy mix. So yeah, there we go. The only thing in that dinner that is sinned is the Yorkshire pudding. So we've got an entire Christmas roast dinner for 5.5 sins each. I don't think that is too bad going. But anyway, we're going to sit and enjoy this now. So Merry Christmas. I hope you've had a lovely day. We're going to go and sit and chill and watch a film. So we did also buy Eddie, in fact all 3 dogs have got one, but I've just literally broken another nail taking the plastic off. So this is Eddie's candy cane for Christmas. Just a little one. And then the other 2 have got one each. So yeah, it's going to be fun taking the plastic off this.
He doesn't know what to do with it now. He's like, I'm going to try and eat it.
Look, look at the size of it.
He's like, I'm going to try and eat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then this is a Festive scan brand made with some Weetabix and some egg, and a little bit of, I think, Christmassy puddingy type syrup that we have. Let me show you. So yeah, a little bit of Christmas pudding syrup and some nutmeg and all sorts of ground cinnamon. So it tastes absolutely gorgeous. Yum, 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 yum. So this is a Slimming World pork pie made with some of the sin-free peck ham and some bread from our Healthy Extra bee allowance, which has been soaked in some egg and a little bit of spice, a little bit of paprika and a bit of salt and pepper. So let's see if we can cut it up. Oh, right, yeah. I'm going to try and do this one-handed. It's got a nice crisp top to it. And it cuts through. And there you go. It's none of that nasty jelly stuff, but that looks absolutely delicious. And these are little sort of mince pie type things. So they're actually made with bread. So these 5 here are gluten-free bread. This was the last of my gluten-free bread. And then the 4 there are Rufus's. That's just made of normal bread. And what I've done is to soak the bread in a mix of egg and a little bit of sugar-free mince pie flavoured syrup, and a little bit of cinnamon, just to give it a sort of a really Christmassy sort of feel. And then there is exactly 8 grams of mincemeat in each one. I weighed it to the raisin, to the sultana, literally, because that means that there is exactly 20 calories in each one of these for the mincemeat, and then the bread, which is from our Healthy Extra bee allowance. Hi, just popping in at the end of this video. It is Boxing Day. We've eaten dinner. We had Bubble and Squeak, so all of the leftovers from yesterday we've had today, which is why I cooked so many. It was lovely, wasn't it?
We're very full.
Yeah, a little bit full. And And in fact, yesterday we had the Scanbran, which we didn't show you making. If you want to see the recipe for that, you can always film the recipe for that, can't you? Not the festive one, not the Christmassy one, but just the standard Scanbran.
We did, but I said we could also do it. I said, and add a tiny little bit of mincemeat. I said, was it a teaspoon worked out to of our no added sugar mincemeat to like, was it 2 syns?
2 syns.
For a slight heap teaspoon.
Yeah.
We
16 grams.
So this doesn't seem a lot, but like I say, it can add a little bit of extra, a bit of extra fruit in there.
But also with that sugar-free syrup, the coffee syrups that we get, they do all sorts of different flavours. So we could even do like some different flavour Scanbrans. So yeah, if you want to see that recipe, put a comment down below and we'll have a go at making it. Also, I've got to say, the little mince pies that we had, they were yummy.
Yeah, they were nice.
They were really, really tasty. We've had a couple each with a coffee. There's a couple each for later on when we go to bed with a cup of tea or a hot chocolate or something.
Each one was probably like 2 mouthfuls, but it was enough to feel like I've had something. Like I say, if you think of mince pie for like the smaller ones at 11 after 12 syns, the smaller ones, and they are
2 bites.
You get loads. Obviously, it's all the pastry, but it's all the mincemeat inside. There's a lot more mincemeat than you get a pastry, is there? So it's too many syns for me. Yeah,
and the little ones that we made, yes, I think you're right. They are like two little bites each. But
really nice.
If you have 2 of those, that's only 2 syns. So 2 of those compared to 1 of the little mince pies is about the same amount that you're eating, but you're saving yourself 10 plus syns. So it was a no-brainer.
And they're guilt-free.
They are guilt-free, and they're really yummy. We're going to have another one in a minute because they're really tasty.
You can like maybe nearly have 4 or so of those, and still only in a quarter of your syns for the day.
Yeah, that's only your 4 syns, and you've just used your bread allowance. Yeah. Well, not quite all of your bread allowance because you've got your crusts and everything, so it's all a bit difficult working all that out.
There's that, and the
pot pie was nice.
Pie that we had.
That was really nice. Yeah, that was really yummy actually, and that was so simple. Again. Yeah, definitely do that again. It was so simple. We'll film how to do it on another video.
It was One Below that tend to have the
heck whatever it's called.
The heck ham. Peck ham.
Yeah.
So you can get that in One Below. So I said we ended up getting maybe 4 tins, did we? Just before Christmas. So.
Yeah, we did. That was really nice. So yeah, we've had a really, really lovely kind of chilled not sin-free,
just low sin,
but very low sin. I think yesterday we ended up with about maybe 7 or 8 syns through the entire day, and I think today we're probably going to end on about the same. And that's only because we've had our bubble and squeak, we've had everything. And that's just our normal sort of sin allowance, really, isn't it?
I think at the end of the day, I think I had a few gummies at the end of the day, and a few of my sugar-free polos, just a few. Yeah. Not my usual what I would normally
5
have, but
packets
just I had
of polos.
A few. I would just have a few, but like I say, I had a few less than I would normally.
If you can hear that, Eddie is playing with his donut. Thank you very much, Anita, for sending that, and thank you for sending the gift, Anita. It was really, really lovely of you.
It was really nice, thank you.
And also I've got to say a huge thank you to Neil for sending the parcel as well. Thank you very much. And to everybody that sent us cards or wishes or sent us messages, thank you very, very much. It's we did film a whole unboxing and unwrapping a present thing, but it just felt really awkward putting it on the end of this video, so we're not going to do that. But thank you so much, everybody, for all of your wishes and everything. I hope that you all had a lovely Christmas. We surprisingly we had a proper on-plan Christmas. I think it's the first time I've ever done that. The only thing, as you saw, the only thing that was slightly a few more syns was the Yorkshire pudding, and that was 5.5, and that was a gluten-free Yorkshire pudding. Yeah, but everything else we've had over the last 2 days has been completely on plan, and hopefully when we weigh in on Wednesday, hopefully you will see that. Don't forget, this Wednesday is our last ever pre-recorded car vlog. It will be the last update for Team Syns.
Team C's.
Team C's. Team Syns. Team C's, yeah. Team
so
Bankrupt Lisa.
You,
Team Bankruptcy. Yeah, Team Bankruptcies. It's going to be expensive, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I've maintained or might have even lost £1 this week. We don't know. We've been really on plan, so hopefully it should be a good one.
Mummy.
No, but next Wednesday, don't forget, on is it the 5th of January? Yeah, I think it's the 5th of January. We will start our live weigh-in. So on a Wednesday evening, it was his idea, on a Wednesday evening, once we come out of group at 7 p.m, we'll be going live on this channel, telling you our update, telling you how we've done that week on plan, and then the what we ate this week is going to go into a separate video, and we might even do like our puddings and everything else. So that'd be really good. Now we were going to film.
It's a little bit less editing for you.
It is a bit less editing for me. Well, it's another video to edit, but a slightly different one, so it's fine. Plus, we were going to film yesterday. Yeah. We were going to undo this box of fruit that we've got, but actually, once we had dinner and we sat and watched the film, it was just you know, that post-Christmas full belly like sleep. That's what we were doing. So we might unbox it today, or we might even unbox it in a couple of days time. It's still okay.
It's super chilled. Like I say, everything's still fine in it.
It is, yeah. So if you want to see some exotic fruit, Rufus got a whole box of exotic fruit. We don't even know what half of it is. No. Some of it looks like it's a dinosaur egg. No idea. There's scaly things and spiky things and all sorts in there. So if you want to see that, stay tuned to this channel. Make sure that you are subscribed and ding that bell, and then change your notifications to all, so that way YouTube notifies you each and every time we upload a video. I've also got the skincare collection coming. That's probably up by the time you see this, and more of the makeup collection and declutter series is coming as well. I'm going to film some more of that tomorrow. So yeah, lots more videos coming your way, and over on the Witchy channel there should be the podcast coming up next week as well. So there's lots and lots and lots, or as you watch this it'll probably be already up, but there's lots of content coming your way from us. But anyway, thank you very much. I hope you all had a really lovely Christmas. I hope you had a lovely time. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have had a fantastic weekend. But that is it from us, and we will see you next time. And as we always say, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and happy Christmas.
You always do this to me.
Go on then, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and happy slimming. You knew I was going to do that. Bye bye. Merry Christmas.